What's going on, Flix Talkers? We are back with another quick podcast review, whatever you guys want to call it. We're talking some horror movie news today, and we are talking about 2025's The Monkey from Osgood Perkins, who last year did Long Legs. I mean, shit, this guy's knocking out these movies back to back. But before we get into that, got to introduce my guy, Q Reviews. It's been a minute. Q, what's going on, Q?
Yo, Flix Talks Day was goody, son. Man, I'm so happy to be back. As always, a pleasure sitting here talking horror movies with you or just movie news in general, man. Thank you for having me back. It's always an honor. Thank you so much, man.
Of course, bro. And I'm going to have all of Q's information down below. He does great movie reviews. He's going to do more out of theater reactions coming up. There's some big movies. I mean, we're getting ready for summer, man. So, I mean, spring just hit us. But in the next couple of months, we're going to get those early blockbuster movies just hitting theater. Are you looking forward to anything that's coming out in the next few months for summer 2025?
Yeah, well, I'm looking for a big one in spring. Ryan Coogler's was Sinners. Definitely looking forward to that with Michael B. Jordan in it. Uh, Potentially vampires. A black vampire tale. Like I said, we ain't had a black vampire tale since when? Oh yeah, that's right. That one with Eddie Murphy in it. With Vampire Brooklyn. Yeah, Vampire
What
Brooklyn.
about Blade? Did Blade come out before that or after that?
Oh, Blade came out after that. Yeah, that's a black vampire for sure. Good call. Yeah, good call.
Okay.
But
I mean,
I'm interested in it.
Yeah, we had a lot in the '90s too. We also had From Dusk Till Dawn, which is like one of my favorites. I mean, you can
Yeah.
consider that. You got some black vampires in there. I mean, what's that one
Yeah,
guy?
yeah.
He was that guy from oh my god, he was in a lot of black
Fred
exploitation
Wilson,
videos. Yeah,
Fred Wilson, or something like that. Yeah, he was
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yep,
yeah. He
yep,
ended up
yep.
turning into a vampire. Those like
You're like,
demon
yeah, with
vampires
the
though.
neck.
Yeah, he got a big old strong ass.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're totally right. We are in dire needs of vampire movies to come back.
Yeah, a good vampire movie. Yeah.
Good one though. Ryan Coogler.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, you
can't
think
even
he could
remember.
do it?
I'm interested. Ryan Coogler never dipped his stick in horror movies yet. So like I like Ryan Coogler a lot. Of course, I love what he did with Creed. I think it's one of my favorite directorial things that he did. I love Black Panther, what he did with that. You know what I'm saying? I think the ending is kind of whatever. But Ryan Coogler, man, I love that guy. So wherever he got his eye on, you know what I'm saying, whatever project he got coming up, I want to, you know what I'm saying, place eyes on it for sure. So now he's dipping his toe into horror. I'm definitely I'm there day one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like could he even be compared to a Jordan Peele on this type? You know, that's his lane, Jordan Peele. So like, what Ryan Coogler gonna do with horror? So like, it's one of my most anticipated films of the year. I want to see what it do. Is it gonna be okay, or it might, you know what I'm saying, knock it out the park? So he got his muse with him, Michael B. Jordan. So I can't wait to see what he do with it.
Me too. And Michael B. Jordan's playing dual roles in this movie. He plays his twin brother, who they allude to being a vampire. So most likely he's gonna have a vampire fight with his brother. It's also set like in Jim Crow era. It looks
That prohibition.
just the way the way they filmed it. It looks like some kind of like prohibition bar or something. Where everybody's dancing and stuff, and then of course the vampires start lurking around. There's like cornfields and all this other shit. It's like very Children of the Corny a little bit, and and I just saw that they're gonna be like it's like 70 millimeter IMAX or something crazy for this shit.
I
Did you
think
see that?
so. Yeah. I think definitely is
Something
in IMAX
wide
for sure.
scope.
Yeah, something wide. Yeah. It's gonna be
Yeah.
dope.
So
So
it's
it
always
should be
very
big.
interesting when I see things like that being introduced, like on a poster or whatever, because like this is a full on horror movie. So it's like how much we know how small scale and how big scale he can get. He can go from the fighting of Creed to Wakanda Forever, big fucking scope.
Mhm.
So for a vampire movie, I'm really intrigued. This one is one I'm actually going to see in the theaters, and a lot of people know
Mhm.
that I have stopped going to the movie theaters. You're the guy that keeps going to the movie theaters. I watch more things on streamer,
Oh,
and
there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, and when we get into talking about the monkey, I did watch it at home in the comfort of my own home. You watched it in theaters, so we had two different experiences. But we'll definitely get into it, and I'm just happy to have you here, Q. I love talking movies with you, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're gonna if you go see Sinners in theaters, we gotta talk about it.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, that's a bet.
We gotta talk about it.
That's a
Yeah,
bet.
a
We'll
bet.
we'll
Take
definitely
on
get
it.
into that one. Yeah. And then before that, guys, we're gonna get into some movie news. So before that, hit that big thumbs up. Make sure to check those links down below. Consider subscribing today. So that being said, it was announced a few days ago that Linda Cardellini officially starring as Pamela Voorhees in Crystal Lake, the series from A24. So it's moving forward. What do you think about Camp Crystal Lake prequel as it is for Jason? And what do you think about Linda Cardellini playing Pam Voorhees, the mom?
Well, yeah, yeah. I want to first say this. I'm just so glad that we getting news from Friday the 13th. It's been so long, you know what I'm saying, with the legalities that's going on. Who owns Jason? Who owns Friday the 13th? All this nasty battle. They shut down a great game. The game, was buggy as well. But because of that legalities of the movies and stuff, like the game completely shut down. I think it completely shut down. Like even if you bought the game, you know what I'm saying, because of the legalities and all, you can't even play it at all. Even though you bought it, you can't play online anymore because they just shut it all down. So like, yeah, all this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know if anything was gonna come out for Friday the 13th. So I'm just so happy to get news that they're actually moving forward with the A24 Friday the 13th film. As far as Linda Cardellini, I think she's great. I love her in everything she's in, bro.
Thank
Everything
you.
from Scooby Doo to even like she was in Marvel. Remember, she was Hawkeye's wife. I don't know if you remember that. In Freaks
Yeah.
and Geeks. Yeah, Freaks and Geeks. Everything she's in, she plays her role. Now she gets to play a little bit of a psychopath. I haven't seen her complete psychopath yet, if I can't remember. So
Yeah.
I think this first season of Friday 13th is going to be focused on her. I even heard she was like a failed singer, and she had Jason. She had to care to a special needs boy. So I think that first season is going to be heavily focused on her, and I think maybe the second season, if they get there, it's going to focus on her. Then we start to turn into the Jason character if they have rights to that. I just don't know, but I'm just happy to hear news that and it's A24 Friday the 13th. How weird is that? So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? A B movie like prestige studio like A24 has got their hands on Friday 13th. That's exciting. So I'm
Hmm.
excited. You know what I'm saying? I
I'm
won't go
super,
on anymore, but like I'm excited, especially
super
for her.
excited.
I think she's perfect.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. And you know what? It's so funny because on my Patreon, someone recommended a movie called The New Kids from 1985. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Mm,
Has Lori
mm,
Loughlin, but it's actually directed by Sean Cunningham of Friday the
mm,
13th. And I was like,
mm,
this is so funny that we're getting this news now because
mhm,
man, this guy's whole thing is Friday the 13th, but that the rights to Friday the 13th have always been in limbo for him, it seems like. But now it's
mhm, yeah,
finally going through. I think there was like a pause on like the writer or director or something a couple months
mhm,
back, and now it looks like it's in full swing. And I
mhm.
love Linda Cardellini too. I watch most of her series stuff now in the last couple of years. Like there's a show called Dead to Me that she did with Christina Applegate. I don't know if you
Oh
saw
yeah, I
that.
watched that. She was great in that. Yeah,
Oh,
that was a good show.
she
Yeah.
can play these characters where it's like
Mhm.
very tonally different. And then we saw her in a Netflix show recently called No Good Deeds. Did you see that with
I've
Ray
never seen it. I
Romano?
heard that one.
And
Yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of stars in that. But she
Yeah.
plays a real estate. I believe she's a real estate agent, and she's like married to Owen, not Owen Wilson, the other brother, something Luke
Yeah, I
Wilson.
know you're talking about Luke
Luke
Wilson. Yeah.
Wilson.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And hey, bro, she is looking fine. She's looking
That's what
cougarish
I'm saying.
in that
That's what
movie.
I'm saying.
I mean that show.
That's what I'm saying, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We ain't getting a old wrinkled Pamela Voorhees. We're getting a hot Pamela
Hot young
Voorhees.
one.
You know what I'm saying? And a
Yeah.
great actress too. So like, I would rather look at what I'm saying Cardellini than the one from part one with the what I'm saying with the bob haircut. I'm just saying,
That's
and the
so funny
sweater, the
too.
old lady sweater.
That's so funny. I'll always go back to all the old Friday the 13th, the behind the scenes. And that lady fucking did not want to even be part of this series.
Yeah, yeah. She thought it was a joke. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
she always
saying? And
talked
we end
about
up
like,
like taking off.
yeah,
Mhm.
talking about her, talking to her agent, like, this, you can't be serious. Like, I'm in prestige movies. I'm not doing this B rated ass movie. But I'm so glad she
Yeah,
did it because it is iconic. I'm getting a little more
mhm.
excited now that we're getting some cast reveal. So let us
Good
know in the
stuff.
comments below, guys, your thoughts on the Camp Crystal Lake prequel series coming soon. Up next,
Great.
we have some more information. Now, it was released and announced that Saw 11 is no longer happening. I mean, Saw
Mhm,
fucking 11,
mhm,
bro. This has got to be the longest damn horror franchise ever.
mhm,
But
mhm,
Billy the Puppet has his own social
mhm,
media, which is weird as hell. And he says, I've seen the rumors. They say it's game over. You should all know me better than that. The game
mhm,
is never over. So, what do you
mhm.
I mean, was this all just like a gimmick to begin with? Them saying that it was going to happen, and then pulling the rug, and then
Mm,
saying it's not going to happen, or it got because I know that a lot of these movies
mhm,
get thrown into production and they get their release dates taken off all the time because they're either going to get pushed
mhm,
back or pushed up a little bit. So
mhm.
did he just take an opportunity, Billy, or whatever, and say it's still happening?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough one. Because did the studio, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think the studio cut it for whatever what reason, right?
I have no
But is
clue.
it switching? Is it switching rights? Like, I don't know who owns the rights to Saw. I forgot. I don't
I
know
think
if
it was Lionsgate, right?
is it Lionsgate? Maybe, because Saw's definitely a big franchise, so maybe they're just selling it off to another. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
Another
thinking. Maybe,
studio. Yeah.
maybe no one has bought it yet. Like maybe no one's
Hmm.
expressed interest in having that. I really didn't even see Saw 10, and then wait, which one was before Saw 10? Was that Spiral,
Was it Spiral? I
the
think
Chris
so. I
Rock
think it was
one?
Spiral. Spiral. I haven't seen Saw 10 either. You said you haven't seen that one?
So I've seen Spiral in theaters. I liked it, but
Yeah, I haven't seen
uh,
that one. Yeah.
Saw X I have not seen, but people say it's good.
Mhm.
I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, I'm down 2 Sauls. Yep, I'm down 2. I gotta catch up. So maybe they're switching. I know that one was popular when it came out. Everybody was talking about that one. So,
Yeah, they were.
and I even hear they're doing a reboot of the whole entire Saw franchise. But
Oh God, are you serious?
that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I just heard a rumor
Oh
like that. Like, I don't know how you top the first Saw. I think we went over the Saw. Yeah, like on one of our podcasts. Like, how
yeah. Oh
how
yeah.
can
That's
you remake that? I mean,
it's too iconic.
yeah.
It's too iconic for me. I mean,
Yeah.
also I hate when they just start developing all these movies, right? You got like 8 movies in the franchise, whatever, and then they go, "Oh, we're gonna reboot
Mhm,
it into a series, or
mhm,
we're gonna reboot it the whole thing completely." Why do that? I
mhm.
don't get it. Just keep making sequels.
Yeah. Friday 13th makes sense because it's been so long.
Yeah,
But Saw is still going, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I would definitely make a sequel, but I think they might be in studio hell or like I don't think they putting up the dough for Saw right now for whatever studio might made Lionsgate. I think it's gonna get bought out by another studio, probably Blumhouse if I was to take a guess.
Oof,
Or maybe Neon.
ugh.
Yeah,
Oh, Neon would be
yeah,
fucking dope. I mean, that'd be
yeah,
yeah.
Neon.
Uh,
But
we are in
yeah.
the rise of independent movies, independent films doing very very well, or independent studios doing very very well.
Neon is
Production companies.
surprisingly coming up nowadays. Neon is like, okay, I got your eye on it. A24 seems to drop it a little bit. I love A24 too. You know what I'm saying? When they come up with to me, honestly, I think they've been dropping the ball a little bit lately. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen that Y2K movie. I was like,
I heard so
be
many bad
careful.
things, and then I saw that it flopped. And Rachel Ziegler's been leaving a bad taste in my
Hmm.
mouth, so I'm not gonna really
Hmm.
support her right now. So
Hmm.
that's just me personally. After the whole damn Snow White shit, and just some of the stuff that
Oh
she's been
yeah, she
saying
was in that.
yeah, just
Hmm.
all the shit that she's been saying offline and stuff. I'm just like,
Hmm.
girl, you're doing too much. Either you want to be an actor
Hmm.
or an activist. You choose. You
Oh,
can't be fucking
good.
both.
That's good.
Like it's so
That's
hard to
good. I like that.
it's so hard
Yeah.
to be both, bro. Like I don't know if you saw what
Hmm.
happened. Also, same weekend, last
Hmm.
weekend as Snow White, the new Robert De Niro movie dropped.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Alto
Yep.
Nights. Did you
Hmm.
hear anybody talking about that? Excited to hear
No,
see
I didn't
that?
even. I didn't even see it in my theater. I don't think. I think I might.
Exactly.
Nobody said nothing about. I mean, that one when like a fart in the wind. Nobody said shit about that movie. At least people were talking about Snow White. They didn't show up,
Exactly. So
but they were talking about it. Yeah.
with that, $50 million budget, $3 million opening, bro.
Mm,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
ooh, oh,
That's
that's
rough as
nasty.
hell. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
I may ruffle some feathers, but it's because Robert De Niro went on the Trump train and saying fuck Trump and yada yada. And that's your
Hmm.
freedom of speech. You can do that, but just
Hmm.
know that it's going to affect your movie. It always is going to affect your
Mm,
movie when you add politics into it. You just divided half the
mm,
country. Now half the country ain't going to watch your movie or support you.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to look
Yeah.
at it
That's
like
true.
that. I mean,
Hmm.
some people, people tell me to choose a side, and I'm like, I'm a movie guy. I watch all kinds of movies. Like, I'm not going to choose any
Hmm.
side. You know what I mean? Or like, I'm going to keep that offline or whatever. If people
Yeah.
want to
Just keep
talk
it
to me about that.
offline. Yeah. Yeah. Don't put it into the. Yeah, the promotion of the movie. That reminds me when Jim Carrey's not promoting violence anymore. Just after he did what Kick Ass 2. Remember that? I'm like, well, this movie,
Oh
this
shit!
mo-
I do remember
this
that.
movie is super violent as hell. Like, what are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like you already took the check.
PS2.
Now you're not gonna promote it. You know what I'm saying? You still got a job to do. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I guess he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
consider
yeah.
those Sonic movies too violent, huh?
No,
Oh,
Mr.
that's all good.
Robotic Spy. Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I I
all
love I
good.
love Jim Carrey. All right, let's
Yeah,
get
me too,
into
man.
let's get into the next one, and then we're gonna talk about some the monkey. So and you heard about I Know What You Did Last Summer, right? The movie coming
Yeah, I
out.
know it's coming out. Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's coming out in July. So what are your thoughts about that just in general? What do you think about that? Should they not be doing it? Are you hyped for it?
To be honest with you,
Be
keep it.
honest.
I don't really. I never really like. I know what you did last summer. I was more of a Scream guy. I
Yeah.
always was more of a Scream guy, like a first Scream guy, and then that was like almost like a copycat of Scream. So I seen them. I seen the first two or whatever with Brandy and the other one. I thought it was all right. And then the fish guy didn't really. I don't know. It just seemed real gimmicky to me. Like the new one, I'll watch it, of course, but like I'm not excited about it because I'm just not a big. I know what you did last summer fan. That's just me. I was just a little. Maybe I'm a little older, and then like Scream was so original. And then when I see them biting off screen, you know what I'm saying, taking an idea and kind of still running. Everybody did that. It's not just I know what you did last summer. Where we had disturbing behavior or
Oh,
all type of
urban
movies,
urban legends.
urban legends. It was all copycats of Scream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I was always down with the OG. I did like those movies, but like, I don't know. I'm just not excited for. I know what you did. I haven't seen the trailer. I don't even think they have one. But like,
They don't have one
it's
yet. No.
horror.
Yeah,
I
they just
watch it, but I might. I mean, it's my bad.
no,
Mhm.
no, you're good. I was gonna say they just released the official plot synopsis, so we kind of get a little. So my understanding before I read this was that it was gonna be a complete reboot. I was
Mhm.
wrong. We're gonna get a sequel.
Mm.
So what do you
Mm.
think about that? I know you say you're not really too fond of this. And by the way, let's not forget about Jack Black in the sequel. Do you remember him with the dreads with
Oh yeah,
Brandy?
that was part two. Yeah, yeah, with the
Mackay,
horrible dress. Yeah,
w-
you just brought that back, bro. Why'd you
yeah,
do that to me?
was Mackay Pfeiffer in that one too?
Yeah, I think Mackay Pfeiffer was in that one. Yeah, but Mackay Pfeiffer cry teeth in the shit. Mackay Pfeiffer. Oh boy, yeah. He had bad dreads at 8 Mile too, but like man, but Jack Black dreads. Oh no, no,
Bro,
no, no,
Jack
no.
Black on the island smoking weed. So fucking
Yeah.
crazy. That was the worst
Oh,
sequel. I don't people like that sequel, and I was like, this has got to be the worst sequel of all time. Bro.
yeah.
It was
The,
bad.
the first one, the first one is Jennifer Hewitt, with the shot down. Like, what do you want from me? That's number one,
Actually,
right?
what are you waiting for? What are
Oh,
you
what are
waiting?
you waiting for? Is that part one or two?
That's the first one. Yeah, that's the
Okay,
first one.
cool, cool.
That's
It's
the one
so
they
stupid looking.
that's the one they put in Scary Movie. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah. What are you waiting for?
And the guy
What? I
jumps
was
off the
like,
roof.
yeah. It's so bad, bro. It's so corny, bro. I always thought them shits was corny and shit. I was never ever remotely. I'm not like remotely scared to scream. I just want to see, who's the killer and what's going on. But like
Oh
that,
yeah.
those movies were mad corny to me. And then I forgot the whole entire question. What I think about it being a
Sequel?
sequel. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I don't remember the other ones, but I might have to revisit and see what they do. Sure. Guy with a hook. I think Candyman had it first, but
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'm
I,
just kidding. I'm not hating on him. I ain't hating on the fish man.
I
Let's see
will
what you
say
do.
that I thought the first movie was pretty cool when it came out. Of course, the
Mhm.
hype of Scream and Urban Legends and the Faculty came out around that time. So you had a lot of these
Yeah, I like that one.
yeah, you had yeah, at least Faculty was a little different. It was like more
Mhm.
sci-fi and stuff. But
Yeah, I like that one.
you had these teen slasher movies that were hitting around the late 80s, late
Yeah.
90s. I'm sorry. Yeah, it kind of was what it was. But I think it is cool that they're doing a sequel because these actors are still around. They still look all right.
Mhm.
So it's a nice way to implement most likely their kids or something like that.
Mhm.
In the whole
Mhm.
plot of like because if you really think about it, the guy with the hook, I mean, he could be really anybody at this point.
Mhm.
I think the whole thing with I Know What You Did Last Summer is that it's the same guy. I think that's how they play
Mm.
it. But there's no way. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't even remember how he dies in the second one.
I don't
Um
remember. Yeah.
or the cliffhanger with that one. But let me just read the
Mhm.
synopsis for this new one. So it says when five friends inadvertently cause a deadly car accident, they cover up their involvement and make a pact to keep it a secret rather than face the consequences. Don't that sound like the first one?
That's the first movie.
That's the
I
first
remember
movie, bro.
that. Yeah. I remember that. How does the same guy get hit twice? Huh? You know what I'm saying? What kind of bad luck you got, bro?
Maybe they hit his son. Maybe they hit
Yeah,
his
baby.
nephew or something.
And he tell them you got to get back out there and get at them. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them do that.
Right?
They did that to me. They
You
did that
gotta get
to me in 93
you
or
gotta go on social
99.
media. Yeah, you gotta go on
Yeah.
social media and get their ass or something.
Yeah, get them. Get them for daddy.
So a year later, and they're forced to confront a horrifying truth. Someone knows what they did last summer and is hell bent on revenge. As one by one, the friends are stalked by a killer, they discover this has happened before, and they turn to the two survivors of the legendary Southport massacre of 1997 for help. This is the same fucking shit.
Same movie.
Same exact
Same
movie.
movie. Same movie with a cameo with Michelle Gellar in it, maybe, or maybe what you call him?
No. Sarah Michelle Gellar got killed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt, and then the boyfriend, which was
Freddie. What Frank?
Freddie
What's his
Prinze
name?
Jr. Yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Yep.
Yeah.
They're gonna
So
be in it. They're gonna tell them
yeah,
about it. What?
that's fine.
I
And you
don't
know
know.
what? I'm
I
not
don't know.
mad at it because they do it all the time. They bring back
Yeah.
all these legendary. I mean, they did it through Scream, right? You know that.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick, what the fuck you think about all this Scream 7 news coming out that they're bringing back everybody that got killed?
Stewie's back. How is Stewie back? He got like a
Dewey.
one of those 19 Dewey. They are bringing Dewey back, or that Dewey.
Bro, you were thinking of Family Guy.
Doofy was a scary movie, but they bring in Stu back. They bring in Stu back, Matthew Lillard, that had like a 1999 CRT television dropped on his head. How could he even be back unless he's
There's
a
no way.
flashback? There's no way.
I think these
They're
are all
bringing
flashbacks.
David
Yeah.
Arquette back. David Arquette.
Bro, he got stabbed like 18 times.
Yeah. And the spleen, he ripped his spleen open like that and then just stabbed him. And like, how was he in the movie? And then it making it said, then he's weird called, was Doogie Howser in it? I think maybe. Who else?
know.
You got a bunch of other weird castings. So like, why the fuck is he in it? Except Jennifer Ortega, you won't see her. So
Or Melissa Barrera. And that's so stupid because Spyglass fucked up, bro. They fucked up. And it was kind of like it was kind of like a Snow White situation. We were talking about the Rachel Ziegler about her expressing, her political, stance and stuff like that. And that's great. Once again, I'm not for taking away freedom of speech. It's just that you have to realize that there are repercussions, especially when you're doing a princess Disney movie. You know what I mean? Like you're catering towards kids. And now the parents of those kids have to hear all this stuff and then explain to their kids what the fuck Rachel Ziegler's talking about, because they don't know what the hell she's talking about. You
they want to see
kids,
this dwarfs.
You think these kids know about the wars going on around the world? They don't know. They don't know, bro. They just want to see a damn princess movie.
Yeah, they want to see fairies and dwarves and seven dwarves. And, they want to see magic.
They can't even see live action dwarves anymore. They're CGI.
Yep, they look terrible.
What the hell? But anyways, off her. I think Spyglass really fucked up by letting go of Melissa Barrera, and then Jenna Ortega left after that. And I think the series started catching steam when it hit 5, 6 again, and then it paused everything. Now they got to go focus back on Sidney Prescott, which I don't even think she wanted to do it, but they just kept offering her probably so much money, like the bread and butter of the series at this point.
Yep. They offered you so many money. It's going to be the same thing. I'm not excited too much of that movie because I just think it's going to be a mess. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be real messy. I think it's time to hang up the old Ghostface. He had his time. You know what I'm saying? It's good. We don't have to just keep hanging on to Ghostface. The Scream 1 was the best. The rest of them was like, yeah, all right, yeah.
Like I have my honorable mentions. Like I'm really particular with Scream 4. I think Scream 4 is pretty good. And then of course 5 and 6 were okay. Like I didn't really care for 2. A lot of people like 2 for some reason.
Yeah, 2's all right. Yeah,
2's all right. And then 3 to me was like the worst. I hate 3, bro.
I think 3's the worst. Yeah, absolutely.
So, but once again, people they like those movies too. I think it's just a cult following for Ghostface. So if you're gonna have that cult following,
look at them all.
Reboot it or do a damn TV series, bro. Do something.
Oh, he did. You remember?
Oh yeah, is that the MTV one?
Yeah, I never watched it, so I don't even know. Yeah, look good. I hated the mask. You know what I'm saying? Let him rest. He's good. You know what I'm saying?
Let him rest.
He's good. Yeah, let him rest. Maybe. I don't even think it need to be rebooted again. I just think he need to Yeah, he's good.
Oh yeah, if it was
Oh
up
yeah.
to me, I would just put that nail in the coffin. That's it. But you know, studios, man,
Hmm.
they're gonna keep milking something that's good.
Oh yeah, they see some, you know what I'm saying, like, money. Look at Friday 13th from the 80s. It's coming back. I'm excited because I came from that era. But like, if it was no more
But at,
Friday 13th movies, I'll be cool with that.
at least it's a prequel, though. I mean, it's gonna be
Mhm.
talking about information that we don't even have yet. You know,
True. Facts.
so
Facts. Facts.
that,
Facts.
that's
Facts.
that's kind of exciting.
Mm. How
Um,
about Freddy? Would you like to see a reboot of Freddy Krueger?
I mean, I thought I
Or
did, bro.
two?
After that damn remake that we got in what 2010, what the?
Yep.
I thought I did, and then they did it, and then I'm like, okay, I don't think I want to remake of this ever again.
Let Freddy be.
Let
Just
Freddie
forget
B,
about
man.
him. He doesn't exist.
Yeah, especially since Robert England never wants to play him again. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm good then. Then fucking
Shit,
that's
he's
it.
like 80 years old, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
he's old,
He
man.
deserved it. Yeah, yeah. He put in his work.
Well, let's get
He
into
put
an
in his
old
work.
school veteran, man. Stephen King and the Monkey. You ready to talk some Monkey?
Heck yeah, bro. Let's get it.
By the way,
Let's
I was
get it.
talking to a coworker and I was like, "Hey, I saw a good movie last night on streamer. I saw The Monkey," and he goes, "Oh, did they have good martial arts?" And I'm like, "Yo, that's Monkey
That
Man."
monkey stop. Oh, Monkey Man. Yep, yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
"Man, nobody even knew what the fuck I was talking about."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, we're talking about The
That's
Monkey,
hilarious.
which came out earlier this year, February. Now,
Mhm.
Q, you did see it in theaters. Did you see it opening weekend, February 21st?
I actually had a early screening to it, so I seen it around 2 weeks early. Before
Oh shit.
no. I didn't get a free screener. I had a they were showing it 2 weeks early, I believe, and you pay for it. So like I was so hyped. I love the trailer so much. So like, oh yo, I'm going to go see that. You know what I'm saying? When I get a ticket. So I seen it around a week, yeah, about 2 weeks early, if I remember. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay.
And I was hyped. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you remember from that experience? I mean, was the theater packed? Like, was there? Could you tell like there was a lot of horror fans in the building or comedy fans?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. From what I remember, I seen it in a really good theater too here in Michigan. It's called the Imagine Theater. So you got the super nice recliners. You know, AMC got nice recliners too, but these are like big leather ones, and saying they vibrate and all that shit. And I remember, yeah, it was just like it wasn't super packed like a blockbuster movie or something like that, but it was like a nice amount of people in there, you know what I'm saying, that you can have a theater reaction when they're reacting to certain things that's going on in the movies. And as the movie goes on, as we'll probably talk about it, you know that these your type of people that you need to be watching this movie with. I'll put it like that. You know what I'm saying? We're reacting to the screen, we're having fun with it. So
Yeah.
I had a very fun experience watching the monkey. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, this is what I like to go to theater for. We don't even know each other. I don't know this dude behind me, or you know what I'm saying? We're laughing and experience this movie together as we see it because it's the first screening ever of it. So like, yeah,
That's good.
well, at least for audiences, yeah.
See, that's what I miss about going to the movie. That experience, that immersive experience with people shoulder to shoulder if it is packed, and everybody laughing at
Mhm,
those moments or gasping at those moments or just like what the fuck at those moments because there's a lot of what the fuck
mhm,
moments. I really
mhm,
didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I know you had I think I'd seen the video that you talked about it. And I did
mhm,
see the trailer, but I remember the trailer being a little more focused on the horror. And then
mhm,
like 5 minutes into this movie, I knew I was gonna get a horror comedy or a dark comedy.
mhm,
And then I
mhm,
was like, ooh, it's so hard to do
mhm,
those and get me on board with
mhm,
that. So
mhm.
let me let it ride for a little bit. And then 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then I was like locked in and I had a really good time with it. I think if you're one of
Nice.
those type of people where you're like, hey, you either got to be fully comedy or fully horror, you're not going to have a good time with this movie.
Hmm,
So
mhm,
I'm glad. I'll just say off the bat before we get into it, I think they did a good balance of it. Um,
nice, nice,
yeah.
nice.
And
Yeah.
so this movie was directed by Osgood Perkins, which I mentioned did Long
Mhm.
Legs last year. Did you like Long Legs? Did we talk about that? I'm
Yeah,
not sure if we did.
maybe a little bit. No, I did not like Long Legs at all. I thought it was a bore fest, bro. I was bored to death watching that movie. I actually had a out of the theater rant of that movie. How bored, what I'm saying, I was said I was. I get what was going on, but it was like I was
Yeah.
bored to death. He was trying to do seven. All the shots were cool and all that shit, and the ending kind of cool. But I was so bored. I was like fucking pissed, bro. And this movie is the polar opposite of that movie.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
completely the polar opposite. Now I'm like, yay, you know what I'm saying? Let's go with this movie, I'm glad you brought up horror comedy. What do you think of Evil Dead 2? Is that the perfect balance of horror comedy, or is that more horror than comedy? Because Evil Dead 2 is kind of zany.
You
So
know,
when I was doing this, I wanted to ask you that question.
what's funny is that when I think of horror comedy, I think of like Shaun of the Dead. I
Shaun of the
think
Dead, that's another one.
I think Evil Dead 2 is not supposed to be funny. I think it's unintentionally funny. Like just some of the shit
What?
is just so wild. You just can't help but laugh because you're just like it's so bizarre. The amounts of
Like the
blood.
hit him with his head, like
Yeah, hit him with a
with the dishes and shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
and
like
and
there's
his
no
wife Linda.
there's not many like okay, maybe there's jokes of like when he's like losing his mind. Remember he's like going up and down with the deer. He's like like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part is maybe for comedy, but I think it's like unintentional humor. But I think like a Shaun of the Dead is supposed to be written like a comedy,
mhm,
but with like like we're living in a zombie apocalypse or whatever.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely,
but I
absolutely.
could I could see it being in that a comedy horror for sure. Even like
Yeah.
we had talked about like we talked about like Return of the Living Dead and stuff like that. There are funny parts of that
Mhm.
movie. Like, the
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
want a party? With the skeleton and shit.
yeah.
Like
It's party
why would
time.
they add that if they wanted it to be a serious zombie movie?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Send more paramedics. Like,
Yeah, like there are
it's
funny
funny.
elements of that.
Mhm,
So I guess you could call it, yeah, probably a comedy horror.
mhm,
So The Monkey is based on Stephen King's 1980 short story. This film does star Theo James, Tatiana Maslany, Christian Convery, Colin O'Brien, Rohan Campbell, Sarah Levy, Adam Scott, which has a really funny part at the beginning, and Elijah Wood, who also plays a nice little cameo as well. So Adam Scott and Elijah Wood, yeah, just cameos in the movie. So it follows twin brothers whose lives are turned upside down by a cursed toy monkey that causes random, horrific death around them. So we can kind of gloss over the plot real quick, just kind of what you thought about it. I mean, yeah, the kids they do find this monkey in their father's
mhm.
closet or whatever, and it has this like cryptic message on it. It's like instead of lifelike, it says like life. Do you remember that in
Oh, like life.
quotations?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm,
life, and then it also says like organ destroyer monkey or something. Something crazy on the dang packaging. I forget what it is, but
mhm,
they open it up, see a monkey with a creepy smile. They see that it has that toy dial in the back, and then it starts,
mhm,
beating its drum. And come to find out that it will kill someone at random once you turn that whole thing. And we get to see the kids, as they're younger, and one torments the other, as siblings do. But they're twins though,
mhm,
and but you could tell one's the bully. One thing that I thought was very interesting about this movie is that I mean they're both Theo James when he's older, but like the kid with the glasses when he's a kid, he's getting
mhm.
bullied by all these girls. Did you see that shit? Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
never
yeah,
show
I
that
do.
in movies. Like I don't think I've ever seen a movie with bully girls.
Mhm. They were being really mean to him. I remember that shot in the bathroom where it was like, dang, why are they being so mean? I never
And
seen
they start throwing all these
a group of
bananas on him and
mean
stuff.
girls. Yeah, like damn, why was they hating on him so much? He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do shit.
Yeah, it was
I was
just
like, yeah.
they were punking him really hard, and then he just gets really sick and tired of it. He kind of like says like, you know what? If you help me kill my brother, like
Mhm,
I don't know, whatever. Then he starts
mhm.
dialing it up, and he ends up killing his mom. That's
Yeah,
when that part
yeah.
happened, I was
Mhm,
like, oh shit, this is getting real because it's not like
mhm.
you can summon whoever. It's not like a magic genie or whatever. It is
Yeah, right,
literally at
right.
random, but like someone that's close to you. Because as you
Yeah.
see, once he loses his parent, or once the boys lose their mom, they're taken in by their uncle, and then they wind up the monkey again, and then the uncle gets killed, and
Yes,
then
yes.
they're like, okay, this shit is getting too real. They decide to throw the
Mhm,
monkey down a well, kind of just
mhm,
tie him up and put some chain around the
mhm,
packaging, and then 25 years pass, and then
mhm,
shit starts coming up again because they come to find out
mhm,
that it was the monkey was given away at a estate sale, and all this
mhm.
carnage and mayhem. People start getting killed and stuff like that, and then they have to stop the monkey. So, well, I mean, what did you think about the overall premise?
Yeah, I love the buildup of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like right when we got into it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm in for so it's sort of a horror comedy because the beginning was kind of funny too. You know what I'm saying? When the harpoon thing, you know what I'm saying? When it
Oh, I
came
forgot to
down and
mention
you know what
that.
I'm
I
saying?
forgot to
Yeah, like
mention that. Yeah.
and it pulls out his intestines. We probably go over this when we go
We'll go
over
over
kills.
that
I'm
death.
like,
Yeah,
okay,
we're gonna go over all the
yeah.
kills, guys. So don't worry.
I was like, oh, okay, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what type of movie I was in, and I love movies that build mythology, like they have some type of urban legend to them or a myth. So they like, I don't even know what this monkey is. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think in the trailer they even say it's the devil at one point. So like, I love the fact that the deaths when it wound up, it was random. You didn't know who it was going to kill. And he thought this thing was going to kill his brother because he almost kind of prayed for it, you know,
Yeah,
to kill his brother, which is fucked up. And then when it killed his mom in the bathroom, not in the bathroom, but like in
in
the
the
kitchen,
kitchen.
and it happened. Yeah, like Jesus, that was tragic. And then it immediately abruptly cuts to the funeral, and you like, what? Well, we had no time to rest with this, but like, you know, they certainly make comedy out of it, which is tragic. But like this dude, Oswald Perkins, I don't know if you heard a story. You know, his I think either his mom or dad died in 9/11, and I think his other parents died of AIDS or something like that. Yeah, or
What?
something like
No,
that. You can look it up. Yeah. Look it up. I
shit.
don't know if it was AIDS or a car accident or something. I know one of his parents died in 9/11, and I think his other one died of AIDS or something crazy like that.
Wow.
So like, you know what I'm saying? So like, he already got this I
Yeah.
mean, a dark past that he's, you know what I'm saying, bringing to a forefront with humor, you know what I'm saying? So that's even crazier. So like, this premise I thought was dope. And I think this premise is so dope that you can make sequels off of that. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Why
yeah.
not get some more monkey? Final Destination just dropped a trailer. Like, I think the monkey can still stand strong because it's like, tell the truth, you know what I'm saying? This was basically, you know, Final Destination, you know what I'm saying, light, I guess, you know, well, not
Yeah.
even light because some of these kills here are horrific. So, like I said, I love the mythology of the monkey. I don't even want to know more about it. If they just give me 3 sequels, we don't even know what the monkey does. If it just does his thing, I'm happy with that, you know. Does it stay with this family? Is it tied to this family? Because it was given to this family. So it's a lot of questions here that I really appreciate the movie that made me think about it, but not force feeding me everything that happens, you know, or the mythology of it. It's still a mystery to it. Like, why did Michael Myers kill his family? I don't know, because
Yeah.
and then they try to explain it like in Rob Zombie when it kind of takes away. Well, he's not scary anymore. We know why. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I kind of liked about this film.
Yeah, you're right about that because the whole point of Donald Pleasance running around saying that he's not a man, he's
Mhm.
evil. He really is the boogeyman. Like that was the whole reason why we were scared is we didn't know shit about him.
Now
We
we're
just knew that
scared.
he was
Yeah.
evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We don't.
exactly. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
scared.
we don't need to see him, fighting over Cheerios with his family when he's a kid, like cursing every
No.
5 seconds. Like
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
liked that. You know?
Nope. It just made him less scary. I don't think it's a terrible movie, but it took the whole mystery away from Michael Myers. You know what I'm saying? Like if we would have knew everything about this monkey in this movie, like, oh, it was descended from the devil and it was cursed and like this. I'm like, well, that's too much explanation. I don't know why it does this, but that what makes it scary. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's what makes it scary. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a horror comedy, but it makes the unpredictability. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really like about this film because we don't know why. Like, is it evil? I don't know, or just fuck. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
randomly killing somebody. Somebody go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
Somebody go get it.
we might get that
Hmm.
sequel because I mean the film
Hmm.
received positive reviews from critics
Hmm.
and grossed 61.9 million worldwide against a 10 to 11 million dollar budget. So once again, like you said,
Not
this is a
bad.
Neon production. I mean, Neon just swept the Oscars with Anora.
That's
So,
right.
and that was another film that was like 10 to 15 million dollars. So they're finding the recipe on making these good
Hmm.
movies for very low budget, and they're like quadrupling, 6 times their return, their what they're putting in. So
Hmm.
I think if you can continue that formula, we got to get away from these damn big blockbuster superhero movies because they're losing money, they're financial
Hmm.
flops, and it's not good for the industry. I don't think.
And also, the substance was neon.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it?
I think
Wow.
so.
If it
Yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah.
then
That shit
yeah, there you go. Because that
I
was
think that
well
was the
talked
horror
about.
movie of last year. Yeah.
Yeah, that was talked about at every single award show in the last couple of award shows.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that was the best horror. I had a late night with the devil for a long time. Then I seen the substance. Like, well, maybe the substance might got it a
Substance
little
was
bit.
so
You know.
fucking crazy.
It was so good. It was so good. It got a little crazy at the end, but I didn't care. I was already with it. Just like the monkey. Like, okay, we into this crazy shit. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go there. Popcorn like this. Like when Michael Jackson eating popcorn in Thriller. That's how I was like. Yes, yes,
I
yes.
I think I was pretty much on board for this movie. I had an enjoyable time. Um,
Hmm.
Towards the end of the movie, it got a little weird. Like as far as like
Hmm.
you get that character that the guy that was pretending to be the cop, which had a wacky death. Remember, he's pointing the gun at them in the car, and then a bunch of hornets come in. We'll talk about his death.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
I was
was that
disappointed
was a
with that.
letdown. There's a
Hmm.
couple of
I
bizarre
agree.
ones that made me even question like I got to get MythBusters to see if this death will even happen.
Hmm.
Like the girl that jumped in the pool. What the fuck? Give me a what the fuck? MythBusters. That would not happen. There's no way.
No,
I mean, I'm not a
I like
science
seeing it.
guy, but so let's just get directly into the deaths because I think that's what we're kind of
Let's
here
go.
for. Yeah, let's get into
Yeah.
these fucking deaths because they are insane.
Yes.
But like I said, I had fun with the movie
Hmm.
overall,
Me too.
and I didn't take it too seriously. You know who really saved the movie like acting wise? Theo James, man, the guy that plays
Oh
dual
yeah, it's great.
characters. That motherfucker
Hmm.
is really good. Like I don't
Yeah, it's really
really
good.
know if I've seen a lot of his movies, but he's
Hmm.
good at playing these two guys. And
Yeah,
I
his
didn't really.
commentary is really good. His voice
He has a
was
really cool
awesome.
voice. Yeah, yeah, because
Yeah.
he definitely seems like someone. When he said he had a son, I was like, oh, I can't even imagine you getting with a girl.
Oh yeah, his son. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
his
That's
son
another
was a
one.
bit
Yeah.
annoying. His son was a bit
It
annoying,
was. He was. He didn't. He.
but
I didn't think he needed to be there in the movie because he didn't really. He didn't really
well,
add shit to the movie. It just added another threat that he has a son. You know what I'm saying? This
it
socially
was
awkward thing. I haven't been there because I haven't been there for you because this fucking monkey will kill anybody, so I can't be close to you. Understandable,
it was
but
resentment. Yeah, he had
yeah, yeah,
resentment for him.
execution. Yeah, execution wasn't that great. I don't know if it was the actor or just the execution of the scenes. I just wasn't feeling their relationship.
Yeah, there was some aspects I didn't really care for, but I was more in it for the kills. Like you said, you're kind of like in for a Final Destination movie. So if you like that, I mean,
Hmm.
you're not too invested into the characters. I think you're gonna have a good
Hmm.
time with this movie.
Hmm.
So let's go over these kills, guys. And I'm sure if you guys have been listening and watching by now, you guys know this is all spoiler territory, obviously. So starting off with right at the beginning, we get an unnamed pawn shop owner. So one of his intestines is pulled out by a retracting harpoon being shot through the stomach by a harpoon gun caused by the monkey. Proxy kill for himself. So that was pretty. Once I saw like there was like a little rat in the shelf that came that was like scurrying
Yeah.
along, and then he started like nibbling on a
Yep.
rope. I'm like, oh, some shit's about to happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought Adam Scott was gonna get shot with a harpoon through the mouth or something like a face, but it ended
Yeah.
up passing
Yep.
him, shooting this guy who doesn't even react. This guy doesn't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
react. Even when it's getting pulled out, when his guts get pulled out, he doesn't even react. He just falls.
Yeah. Just sit there.
Yeah, just yeah. It
Blew
looked
that up.
cool. It looked cool as
It
hell.
did look cool. It looked pretty cool. You're looking pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Seeing in those intestines, it's like, oh, okay, y'all taking it there. That what I'm saying? That was the uh thing to know this movie was finna take it a little there. When I see intestines, like, okay, y'all got the guts to show guts. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else crazy. I will say this. I didn't have that. I don't know that anxiety sometimes watching these kills like Final Destination because Final Destination is so some like that trailer show that glass and like what the fuck is this? He's gonna drink it or somebody gonna step on it or I don't
The
know. You know what I'm
build
saying?
up, the
Yeah.
build-ups for all the, and I will say this, you
Hmm.
would think that sequels, because they sequels usually do get worse, right? I mean, overall, just in
Hmm.
series. But there's something about Final Destination where you know that build-up's coming and you still feel that anxiety. They've really nailed that down. Like, yeah, some
Hmm.
of it's like the later films, like part 4 and 5, like so. I mean, every single one is CGI heavy, but
Hmm.
it's just more noticeable, like in the one with the racetrack, and then the one with
Hmm.
the bridge where like the cars falling off and stuff. It's just so
Hmm.
much noticeable CGI. That's why I can
Hmm.
appreciate something like this, where a lot of it did look practical. There was definitely some CGI, obviously, but a
Hmm.
lot of it did look practical. Like even some of the parts that were like, her head was on fire, the ant's head that was on fire. It looked really clean though. If you really look at it, it
Yeah, it
looked
did.
clean. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know what I mean? But
Yep.
there's a lot of outlandish kills in this one. So let's just get back to it. So next up we have Annie Wilkes. And I felt bad because a little kid had a crush on her, and they go to hibachi, and she gets accidentally decapitated. Which, I had to rewind it. I was like, how the fuck did this even happen?
How that one happened?
But
I
as
forgot
soon
how that one happened.
so the guy that's like cooking up the rice or whatever, he's like staring at her. He like kind of like winks at her, like he has a little crush on her or
Hmm.
whatever, the girl. And he makes a heart out of the rice,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So then he's
Hmm.
like, he's trying to be all cool and slick with the, with the knives and stuff like that. And then he goes like, boom, like ole, like that. And somehow she's close enough to where he slices her head off, clean off her whole fucking head. At first, I thought it was just her throat. But then she turns her
Nope.
head and she looks at one of the boys, and then her head falls completely off.
Yep. Yep.
That's when I was
You're
like,
at the funeral.
what?
Hmm.
It says that
Hmm.
she's decapitated by a spatula. How sharp is this fucking spatula?
Yeah,
Nah,
man,
that
what
was a
that shit
that
about?
was a blade, bro.
Shinobi sharp, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll cut somebody's head off with a spatula. How sharp
Hey,
is that shit,
that
bro?
that that must have been the steel from Kill Bill. What is it when she travels to Japan? When she goes to Japan and gets that Hattori
Yeah.
Hanzo steel?
Yeah, some vibranium and shit. Like, what's gonna cut somebody head off with a spatula? Come on now, whatever. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It was a bit ridiculous, but it was a cool reaction, and then it leads to
Hmm.
that really funny priest, whoever the fuck that young priest is,
Oh.
and he like looks at her in the coffin and he's like, "Oh shit," or something like that. I was like, oh, "Okay, here comes the comedy."
Yes, 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 yes.
That was pretty good,
Yeah,
and they had him a
yeah.
couple of times because a lot of deaths start happening. So she's decapitated. Then we get Lois Shelburne. She died of a surprise brain aneurysm, but that was the mom. That's when basically she just
Hmm.
starts leaking blood and she starts screaming, and I
Yeah,
was like, I
yeah.
think something even popped, like something even popped like out of the side of her head,
Oh
and I was
shit.
like, oh my
Damn.
god, bro, it looked
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and they got that awesome shot when the camera's in her face and the blood is coming out her eyes. She's screaming like,
Yeah,
ah! I think it's CG there, but like, yo, it looked pretty good. I don't know.
it
It
looked
looked
pretty good.
evil or something.
It looked like it could
I
have
really
been
like it.
like you could probably achieve that in practical, but yeah, they probably did do CG on
Hmm.
that one.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not for sure, but like when you seen it like dripping down her face like that, I mean, like they were like perfect, but it looked good. Like you said, I think they could have did it in practical, but like, hey, I wouldn't mind if that was CG right there. It looked kind of cool. It was in a trailer too as well.
Yeah, it was in
Now
the
it's
trailer. I
sad that
think
she died. Yeah.
I was too because she seemed kind of nice. Some of the things she was saying was
Mhm.
a little weird. Like after the
Yeah.
funeral, they were all
Yeah.
by the tree, and she's like, "Just remember that we're all gonna die. We're all
Yeah,
gonna die. Your friends are gonna
everybody
die. Everybody's gonna
dies.
die."
I'm gonna die. You're gonna die. We're all gonna die. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was that. It was good though. She was like looking straight ahead, like the camera was
Yeah.
here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of creepy, but I
Oh
did
yeah.
kind of like her though. I did like her.
I was just thinking like, who the hell would say that to their kids? But
I don't know.
okay.
She was a little off a little bit too. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
could have seen her more in the movie, but like her time was up. I'm cool with it.
Time was up.
Yeah,
Next up, we had Uncle Chip Zimmer. I don't even know that was his name.
Chip.
Uh,
I think I know which one this is.
oh, bro, this one was disgusting. Oh, this one was gross. He was brutally stampeded to death by a bunch of horses.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And they showed it inside the sleeping
Hmm.
bag. It was so
Yeah.
fucking gross, dude.
Oh, I love that part. That's like one of my favorite.
That was like some Terrifier shit. That was like a
Yeah, yeah.
Terrifier kill.
Cheese my cherry pie, put a smile on your face about 10 miles wide. Because it was like cherry pie and shit. Remember they said it?
Bro, it looked like cherry
But it was all
pie
stuff.
and like chili beans.
Oh god, it was everything there. Everything. That was like Mortal Kombat fatality, finish him shit. It was just everything was just
No,
there. It was no face, no nothing, no eyeball. It
nothing.
was
Literally
done.
nothing. Yeah, you
With
you get
guts and
no you
blood.
get no open casket funeral at all.
No, bro. That one he did. The monkey did him dirty on that one, bro.
Did.
He got done dirty. That's like one of my favorite ones. I don't know why, because it's just so weird. Shit, like what?
It was
Stampede
very
by horses?
effective.
Did y'all show it? Y'all show the body bag? They didn't even have to show us stomping them, but they just showed the body bag. It was like, ugh. And the audience member I remember about too, they were kind of like, holding their mouths a little bit at that part. So I really like that one.
You can't kill the uncle without killing the aunt. So we got Aunt
Hmm.
Ida Zimmer impaled through the face by a signpost after her head was set on fire by her stove when she put rubbing alcohol. Now I thought that was super effective too. So remember she
Hmm.
climbs up she goes up walks up the stairs in the basement
Hmm.
and she falls right through the stairs. They break. and she gets all
Mhm.
these hooks, these fish hooks in her face. So she takes out the fish hooks
Mhm.
and she applies the alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Then she puts her, I forgot what she was heating up or something, but she puts her head over the stove and it lights up. Because you know what? Depending on how much you have, that could possibly for sure happen.
Yeah.
That could
Yeah.
for sure happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
That's crazy.
and then she just runs around right into the spike end of a post, which I don't even think they have the post like that, but who cares? I mean, it was
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. That was shit was crazy. That was nuts. That's what like after we get kills like this, we're automatically in it, bro. Like run into the head on fire, and then you like, oh, this is enough right here. She's gonna die here. Then she face plants into a pole, into a pole. Like this dude's nuts. This director's nuts, bro.
I felt bad for them because I was
For
like,
sure.
oh man, they took in those kids. They didn't deserve that. Um, then we get the one I was telling you about. The unnamed woman. She explodes into pieces after diving into an electrified pool.
Oh yeah, yep, 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 yep. I like that one too. I don't know. It was
Bro,
so
that
fucking
that seemed like a
crazy.
Final Destination. That seemed like a Final Destination kill. Bro,
Yeah.
she
The-
literally blew up into pieces and her leg like went flying into the guy Theo James. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I love Theo James too, 'cause he's like, no, 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 no. Before you know it,
Yeah.
boom, And I think
Does
that
that?
was in the trailer too, but when you see it, it's like, whoa, bro.
Yeah.
Her guts are like literally floating on top of the pool. They're everywhere. Like you said, the leg went to Theo James. He's covered in blood splatter, bro. It's like,
And
damn.
he tells his son, he goes, "We got to get the hell out of here. We go to another motel." That's funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was good. That
Another
was
one,
good.
like I said, you got to myth bust that because that would never happen. You would just,
No.
but it wouldn't be as cool though. I mean, she would jump in the pool and
Yeah.
just go, just get electrified, right? And that's it.
And her eyes go
Maybe,
back in her head.
maybe your eyes
Yeah,
blow up or something like. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it wouldn't be like exploding like that.
I like the explosion. This is a Mortal Kombat horror. This
Oh.
shit is crazy.
Now the next few we get quick flashes of. We get Mitchell McDonald, whose torso was shredded by a lawnmower. You remember that one?
Hmm.
They just show
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
quick
yeah.
quick glimpse of it, and then some guy in the
That's
back is
dope.
like just watching him get all mangled
Yeah.
up, and he's drinking a beer while his blood is soaking his face. He's like,
Yeah, yeah. Soaking his face. He's still drinking a beer. This movie's ridiculous, bro.
I'm like, who the fuck would just stand there and drink their beer?
Yeah, drinking a beer. I lost my appetite for beer right now. You should be calling the hospital, bro. You just watch somebody get ate up by a lawnmower. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm surprised these people got a
Mhm.
name too. They were in the movie for like 2 seconds. The
Yeah,
next
you didn't know
person,
he was. Yeah.
the next person,
This when the random deaths happen, right? This is all
yeah,
yeah,
the
okay.
random
Yeah.
ones. This is when he finds out pretty much that Bill, his brother, is doing it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
Bert Bergerson. Now I know it's a fake ass name, bro. Face is melted by the steam of an espresso machine. I thought that one was a weak one. If you go
I
back
don't
and
even
watch
remember
it,
that one.
yeah, it was real
Mhm.
quick. It's just some guy. He like you've seen those espresso machines. They have like a little like nozzle tip or whatever, and like steam
Mhm.
comes out of them. And like I don't know, some reason he turns it on while he's like has his face right there, and the steam just like burns his skin, and he just shows him afterwards, and it looks
Mm.
really bad. It's a practical,
Mm.
but it doesn't look that good.
Yeah, I don't even remember that one. That's a
Yeah.
lot of death in here.
We have an unnamed golfer who's bitten through the throat by a cobra. Remember, she like sticks her hand in the
Mhm.
golf
Yeah, I
ball
do
hole.
remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
just
Like
like
there's no cobras.
yeah, there ain't no cobras out here, and he's like, well, there was one in there.
There was one in there. I love
Yeah.
that one. Well, there was the one. You know what I'm saying? I love that part.
And it's funny
Yeah, that's
going
funny.
back to like being simplistic. Like they could have just had the cobra bite her, but the cobra
Mhm.
bites her neck, and like there's literally blood like squirting everywhere, like fucking doused in blood.
Oh. This is an Acme cartoon, bro. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
love it.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's if you like
Mhm.
Looney Tunes, man, you're gonna like this shit for sure. So then we have Barbara, who's blown apart into pieces by a falling shotgun. Okay, so that's the real estate agent who's like super nice and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
she's like showing him his aunt's apartment or aunt's
Mhm.
house. I'm sorry, and all he starts asking about the monkey and stuff like that, and then she tries to open this door.
Mhm.
She can't find the key, and then she finally opens it, and then as soon as he opens it, he sees that there's a shotgun that's like right
Mhm.
there, and it's about to fall, and that's when he goes, no, 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 or wait, wait,
No,
wait,
no,
wait, whatever he says. Yeah, dude, she fucking explodes. Now, would a shotgun do that at that close range?
no.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. She
It
would be
might cut you
messed
in
up,
half,
but
like bust you in
mhm.
half, but your whole body exploding. Bro, that's like someone put a bomb on her and she exploded.
Like 2 grenades on her chest, and, and she just exploded. Like, very
Yeah.
entertaining to watch too. I
Oh,
will
it was
give
so
this
entertaining.
movie props. I will give this movie props for its blood splatter. I love how the blood splatter looks
Oh
on
yeah.
things, like because everything's exploded or is hyper
Oh yeah.
realized and stuff. So when I see the blood splatter on the
It's
glasses
almost
and you take it out, the whole background is covered in fucking blood,
it's
drenched
almost
in blood.
like a trauma movie a little
Yeah.
bit. Just
Yeah,
over the top
absolutely.
shit.
Just over the
God.
top and shit. Yeah, not as over top like you say as Terrifier, but like they were definitely going for shock value. You know what I'm saying, for what happened. Maybe not like punching somebody's face with mashed potatoes through someone's face, and you know what I'm saying. That's
That's true.
that's like
That's a whole different kind of evil right there.
yeah, it's like gore. You know what I'm saying? Like Terrifier. What we know we watch Terrifier. We're watching
Oh yeah.
Terrifier for the gore. Like that was from the 80s. This one we're watching for the fun and the, saying, kind of shock value, like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like Final Destination, but like Final Destination, like I said, has a little bit more anxiety to it. But like, hey, these are still fun too. Like I'm not holding them up
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
monkey here. These are fun.
This movie is just so fun. Like I said, and if you don't get
hmm
that, then this movie ain't for you for sure.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, I can see.
yeah. We have Dwayne. I don't know who that was. Suffocated after stepping on a rake, which knocked his vape. Oh, that was the
Mhm.
guy's boss. Remember that?
Oh
He
yeah,
works in
yeah,
like a
yeah.
convenience a grocery store, and he goes and he
hmm
tells him he's gonna go like spend time with his son or whatever. And I think it's like his boss or something. I don't know if it's his boss or
I think
just a
so.
manager, something. But
hmm
um,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
yeah, they showed him like real quick. So I guess he goes to he goes to get some vape juice. And he's smoking on that vape. He steps on a rake, which you
hmm
want to talk about Acme, bro? That is fucking Wile E.
Acme
Coyote shit.
101,
Yeah,
101. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And he steps on it, and it shoots the vape in the back of his throat, and it's like it's coming out sideways of his neck. He's like, oh, like, and that was actually that one looked like a practical effect. It didn't look that good though,
Yeah, I
but
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
That's funny.
Oh boy.
Up next we have Ricky.
It's
Rick.
ridiculous,
Oh,
bro.
bro, yeah, bro. You want to talk? This is the ridiculous one right here, where the guy
Mhm,
who actually bought the monkey from the real estate sale, he wants it back.
mhm.
Remember, he gives it. He ends up
Oh, yeah,
selling it
yeah,
to
yeah.
the brother, to the other, the evil brother, and
Mhm,
he wants it back. So he dresses up as a cop, and
mhm.
to just pretty much hold the guys hostage. This guy, Ricky, who dresses up like a cop, he's holding a pal, I believe, like at gunpoint, and he's in the car and he fires off a shot and it has a hole inside the window, the front windshield. And there's just a huge hornet's nest right there. And then all these hornets fly in, but
Look
they
to the
don't,
hole.
bro. This shit. Do you remember Drag Me to Hell, the
Yep.
Sam Raimi movie?
Yep, yep,
That
yep. Good
reminded
call.
me of okay. Do you remember when the girl punches the old woman and
Yep.
her hand goes in her mouth, like all the way through? She's
Mhm.
like, oh, she's like choking on it. That's what
Yep.
that reminded me of. Like it was so fucking
Mm.
goofy and cartoony. This guy just starts getting filled up with all
Yep.
these hornets,
In his
and
mouth. When they going in his mouth? Like,
they were going all in his mouth. Yeah, and he starts
oh
like
yeah.
boiling up, like has all these boils on his face, and then all of a sudden his jaw starts like to fall off. Why the fuck would that
Yeah.
happen?
I
why,
don't know. I hated that. Yeah, I hated that
why
kill.
would
I
that
thought
even
that one,
happen?
bro. I hated that one. That one I actually didn't like at all because it was the CG. It looked like that
It was
CG looked
bad
like it
CG.
came from like 2003 or something or seven.
Yeah,
If I'm being nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, well it actually took me out of the movie a little bit. Like, well, that's
that was
I'm
like
already
the
dealing with the ridiculousness, but like
yeah.
that's just kind of
That should look
stupid.
like the Mummy
Yeah.
Returns or Scorpion King or some kind of CGI. It did, bro. It did. You
He
remember when
said
they
the
took?
Scorpion King.
You
Yeah.
remember when they took the mummies?
Gale.
When they showed the mummy's face and it looked like that. It looked like that was that bad CGI.
He says, "Ooh, shit." the Scorpion King and the mummy. That's what it did look like too. You're not even lying, bro. That's exactly what it looked like. Like, man, y'all could have did better there. Y'all should have cut that one out or
Oh,
something.
for
I don't
sure.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was probably the weakest one.
that's the weakest one for sure.
Then they start showing. Okay, this is when I think he just started. Bill gets the monkey and he starts just turning it a bunch of times. Or no, either he starts turning it or the son starts turning it. The whole thing is that he wants the son to turn it so that his dad will die. He wants his twin brother to die, basically. But he starts turning it, and then all these random people start dying. So it says 2 unnamed people fell to their deaths from an airplane caused by the monkey.
Yep.
There's an unnamed woman hanging by a parachute. Bill Shelburne decapitated by a bowling ball fired from a cannon. Oh, that's what it is. Bill, the brother. Remember, he gets shot by. And this is when I knew something was going to happen. So when they basically start, like, they reconcile, and he's like, "You're my brother," and yada yada. We can change, like, we can, we don't have to keep doing this, yada yada. And he's like, "Can I go with you guys?" or whatever. He wanted to basically start over. And then he gets shot in the face with a cannonball. And then it like decapitates him, and his face ends up on the wall. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I like that one. That was a pretty. I knew it was coming too. If you felt something was coming after you said it, it was almost like the quote of horror movies. "I'll be right back." You know what I'm saying? Like, "Oh, I'm coming with you." After all the shit he did, like, "Oh, no.
Or like that final jump, like you shoot somebody, and then like they always end up jumping up one time, like, "Ah,
gotcha, bitch."
Yeah. So I could feel it, and then it just didn't make sense. Why was that cannon pointed directly at him? I don't get that. What?
The monkey did it.
It doesn't. Yeah, the monkey just can move shit, I guess.
I love when it started beating monkey like this. It's like, oh shit, that
was-
means like a whole lot of people are gonna die.
The monkey was a character in itself. Yeah, there's a part at the end where he just starts going off, just playing like he's in Drumline with Nick Cannon.
Drumline. Where's the Photoshop for that? Right now, I'm on it.
And then they end up driving through the town, and then everybody's like, there's a bunch of death and stuff. So there's another unnamed person impaled by a surfboard, which was stupid, into a tree. There's a woman who's like pushing a baby carriage, and it's on fire. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are we doing here, bro? And then
ridiculous.
And then it ends with them driving off. And then there's 10 unnamed cheerleaders who get decapitated by a truck that like smashes into the side of them, and they're all sticking their head out the window. Like, it looks cool, but it's like, okay, well, what? Why? Like,
yeah. I thought that was a little much too. I was like, well, yeah, all right. And then again, it's even weirder when Death came out on the horse too. Remember that? Like, what is that? Remember?
Oh, let's talk about that, because I forgot about that shit. What was that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Death.
That's my assumption. Like, that's got to be Death. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm here because all this Death is here, and like y'all got the monkey, so you guys take care of that. That was my assumption. But he looked more like what's that Disney movie with Death in Hades? Remember that?
Hollow?
No, that's Sleeping. You remember Hades from what was that movie? Hercules? Yeah. It kind of looked like that.
Oh,
I think James Wood.
I don't know who that was supposed to. Yeah, it was some kind of ghost Death figure.
It was stupid.
And he gives him a nod, and then Hal is like, "Yeah," like, I'm like, "What? What do you mean? Like, you act like you know him?" Like,
yeah. Oh, that's my homie though. That's the homie though. Death. Yeah,
like, we get a pass. Don't worry. Like,
we good, yo. That's the homie Death though. And he just rides off and shit. That was stupid. I was like, man,
that was
at least make him look scarier.
Yeah, he didn't look. He just looked like an old man. Like, they just made
like an old man
transparency and white. And
like he should be on Disney Plus or something. You know what I'm saying? Like on Goosebumps and shit. Not shit on Goosebumps. I never seen it. So,
man, he could have been on a Haunted Mansion. Man, that was it.
Haunted Mansion, exactly.
Haunted Mansion Disney
with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, the one Eddie Murphy. Shit.
Yeah, with Eddie. That's exactly what he looked like. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Haunted Hotel looking motherfucker.
But that is the monkey. I had a fun time with it. Like I said, some kills were better than others. The story itself was okay. I think I really just appreciated the acting more from Theo James, and that was it. I mean, because there's not much. The characters that we're all introduced to get killed off along the way, so he's kind of like the main guy. And you got a couple cameos. I mean, you get a cameo, like I said, Adam Scott, who has a kind of funny part at the beginning when he gets he flame throws the monkey, by the way. When he flame throws the monkey, he's like, "Damn you, dirty ape!" type of shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
Uh-huh.
that Elijah Wood, who's basically like
Oh
some
yeah,
guru or something, book
yeah.
selling
I'm gonna take her
guru.
son.
And I'm gonna take your son, basically, like I'm dating your
Yeah.
your ex-wife, or I'm with
Hmm.
your ex-wife now. And yeah, it was kind of it was fun. I'm actually surprised that they were able to make a movie like this for 10 million bucks, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean,
Hmm.
I didn't rank it or anything like that, but I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5.
Nice, 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 nice. You know what?
Above average.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. I feel the same way. I kind of like the story. I like the execution in it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have completely went dark with it too, I would have been down with it. But like this movie, I can't wait. Maybe like just coming up Halloween with the family or whatever. I might throw this on and then a scarier one. You know what I'm saying? Or start. Yeah, I'll start them off with this, and then hit them up with a scarier film. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying, just to get them going. You know what I'm saying? This is above. Like I said, it's not completely grotesque. You know what I'm saying? You can have fun, you can laugh or you be like, oh, but it's completely tragic at the same time. So I do like it. And Theo James killed it. He killed it. Let's be honest, Theo James killed it. Some ridiculous kill, the scorpion, like the Scorpion King with the Hornets took me out of it a little bit. Death, stuff like that. Some of the ridiculous kills, but some
Yeah.
some of the ridiculous kills I champion. So like, the women exploding with the shotgun and the one in the pool I champion. Like, this is fun. I'll buy
Yeah.
this on Blu-ray. So I'm right there with you with that three. I'm about a 3.75 with it. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if that makes any sense. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm almost to a 4, but it was
4.
a couple too many stupid ass things that I just couldn't bring it to that score. But
So you
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
so you would definitely rewatch it again, you said.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Like I said,
Okay.
I probably gonna find a physical copy of it and watch it, with the family this Halloween because nobody's seen it but me. I went by myself. No, no one likes to go to
Okay.
the movies with me.
I think this would be a fun rewatch, or show it to someone
Mhm.
that hasn't seen it. And I'll be down to
Yeah.
watch it again too. Like I said,
Mhm.
it wasn't that bad. It's one of those. I seem like I feel like it would be fun to watch it with a group of friends or something like that, or like
Yeah.
especially if you have like
Mhm.
some drinks in you and stuff like that. It'd be more
Yeah.
fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly. It's a fuckery movie. You fuck around, get some drinks, laugh, chill. And some people will be scared. Like my wife, I can see her jumping. Oh, and I'm like, what I'm saying? The Michael Jackson popcorn thing. Yeah, like you're watching that though. But like, yeah,
yeah.
overall though, I did have a good time with it. Yeah, yeah, I did have a good time with it. I would rather watch this than like some generic Blumhouse horror movie or something, or Y2K or something like that's supposed to be fun and scary, but it's
Mhm.
it's just stupid.
Yeah.
But this is actually a
That
little
was
it's
weird. Yeah.
smart even though it's ridiculous. Some smart moves, you know what I'm saying? I think that's because of Stephen King who wrote the story. But even though it's ridiculous, man, I'm with it, and I can see people who won't be with it.
Now let's go back
Yeah,
to
for
Stephen
sure.
King real quick. Does this feel like a 100% Stephen King short story or novel or whatever, or do you think they changed some things around to make it funny?
I think they probably changed a lot of things to make it more funny. I think this is Osgood Perkins. I think they might have, switched the narrative, but I
Version.
don't know. I haven't read this story, of course. I mean, this is definitely not Pennywise. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, or Cujo, or Pet Cemetery. Pet Cemetery is not funny at all, but you know what I'm saying. So I think they switched some things around. Yeah, yeah, to make this more comedic base, and I enjoy it for it. Could it have been better if it was straight serious? Maybe so, but it's so ridiculous. This monkey doing this shit. It's been like, I don't know. What do you think?
I think they had to, for modern audiences, if this were made in the 80s,
Hmm.
completely dark, completely
Hmm.
dark. I'm not talking about
Hmm.
like dark humor, like dark subject nature. The deaths have to
Hmm.
be a little more practical, like I don't know, someone
Hmm.
slipping on a knife or something through the neck. You know what I mean? Not
Hmm.
like exploding in a pool, right? But
Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
to pass off all those crazy deaths, you have to switch all that up for a modern audience because I think that's
Hmm.
probably, and it's weird that Osgood Perkins did it because, like you said, Longlegs was not like this at all whatsoever. It was way
Hmm.
serious. It was way dark. Even though now I
Hmm.
still look at like Nicolas Cage as that character, and I'm like, why the fuck were we all hyped about this guy?
He looked like he talk about a cartoon character.
Yeah, he looks stupid as hell. Like, even though he is kind of like eerie, very eerie
Mhm.
and creepy in that
Yeah.
role, like in
Hmm.
the interrogation room scene or whatever. But like
Hmm.
uh, this movie is a whole different shift. But if this is Osgood Perkins, like, hey, I'm gonna spread my wings and see if I can do other shit besides horror
Mhm.
and dabble into other things, then hey, kudos to him because
Mhm.
sometimes it takes you a lot of movies to do that. But
Mhm.
I think I don't know any other Osgood Perkins movies except for those two. I mean,
No, me either. I don't think he
do you
has a
do other shit?
lot. You had, yeah, we had to, yeah, Google search it though. But like, I think this is the only two movies, um, that I know of at least. Yeah.
He began his career as a child actor portraying the young version of his father, Anthony Perkins.
Mm. Yeah, Anthony Perkins
Character
was his father. AIDS, remember?
Norman Bates in Psycho 2. Okay, hold on. Hold the fucking phone. I didn't know about this.
Hmm.
So, Psycho 2 is one of the better sequels that no one ever watches. Did you ever see the Psycho
Hmm.
sequels?
Yeah, I think I remember too. It's been so long I haven't seen it, but I know
Rewatch it.
one
It's
verbatim.
good. Yeah.
Hmm.
The original is classic, but the way it follows up, it's like it's very fluid, and it's like 20 years later, 22 years later,
Hmm.
the
Yep.
sequel.
Yep.
So,
Hmm.
but that's crazy. And later appeared in such films as Six. Okay, so he's an actor. So he's an. It seems like he's an
Hmm.
actor. He's also in Legally Blonde, Not Another Teen
Mm.
Movie, Star Trek in 2009, and Nope
Mm.
in 2022. He was in Nope.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember
I
who he
don't
was.
know. I don't know his face. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
if I think
That's very cool.
if you Google his face, you'll definitely recognize what happened. So okay,
Very
so
cool.
it looks like he made his directorial debut with the horror film The Black Coat's Daughter. I've seen this poster, never seen the movie. It has
Yeah. Yeah.
oh lord, the girl from Scream 4, the one that I guess we're Emma Roberts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so that's a big name. Um Also Gretel and Hansel from 2020. Did you watch that one?
No, I heard so much bad press about that. I never
Yeah.
seen it. Yeah, yeah. It was mixed reviews. I wouldn't say it was bad. I remember. I just never. Yeah, I never watched it.
Okay. And then a
It was
movie in
supposed to dark.
2016 called I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House, which is a gothic supernatural horror film. So I mean, he has some movie
Mm-mm.
I kind of want to go back
Mm-mm.
and watch.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
It's almost like Ty West, who did the Maxine trilogy and stuff
X.
like that.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then he also did that one real low budget film. What was that called? The Devil in the House or something like that?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
Mm-mm. I
It
only seen his
it's it's good. Watch it.
X. Yeah, Pearl and all those. Okay.
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 I recommend
Mhm.
that. It's probably on a Tubi or some streamer or something. But
Mhm.
that's when I first saw Ty West was in that, and he tries to make it like a 80s type of or a 70s type of horror movie, like a very like
Mm.
Italian like giallo, like where it's like one of those like
Mhm.
creepy like house settings. It's always like a bunch of mist in
Mhm.
the graveyard type of thing and all that shit. And
Oh, shit.
it's
Yeah, I
very like
like that type of.
supernatural
Yeah.
creepy. Yeah, like so if you like that old school stuff, it's
Mhm.
more about the suspense obviously. But okay, I might have to go check out his old stuff to kind of get a feel for it. But yeah, The Monkey, go check it out. If you guys haven't seen it or if you guys just, have seen it and you guys like what we said, please leave some comments down below. Hit that big thumbs up. Consider subscribing today. Q, you got anything coming out or anything you want to say before we leave?
Yeah, I'm going to see the Minecraft movie Sunday. We should have it out of theater. The whole family's coming on this one, so we'll
Oh,
see what we have to say about that. And then I'm working on my fly review right now, the fly hood review, where I break down the fly. So I'm really looking, having fun to that. And then whatever hits me. Oh, and a Return Living Dead hood review too. I want to do too. Did we go over Return Living
hell
Dead? I
yeah.
don't know.
I think we might have.
Have
That's all
we?
right.
Yeah, we probably
Yeah.
did. Yeah, yeah. I
Hey,
couldn't
bro,
remember.
you know what a lot of what I've always wanted to see? The Fly 2.
You never seen the fly too?
I've never seen it. Is it good or is it bad? Just
It's
tell
all
me.
right. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't think it's. I mean, compared to one, I mean, shit. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think one is probably the best body horror movie of all time. Like, the only thing
That's
that's close to it right now is The Substance. I mean, The Substance is pretty good body horror, but like The Fly, yeah, they're both up there. So,
The
like, I
Fly
don't
was
know.
Cronenberg, right? Or
Yep, Cronenberg.
okay,
Yeah,
but
he's
he
huge.
didn't do the sequel.
No, no, no. The special effects guy from the first one did directed the sequel, if you can believe that.
Dude, I
Yeah,
fucking hate when that happens. Did you ever
yeah.
notice that when that happens? Like you get a special effects guy and then he'll just try directing.
Yeah. As you can
It
imagine,
happens
it's not
sometimes.
as good.
I
And then he
mean,
didn't do the special effects either. So
I
he didn't do
mean,
the special effects and he directed. So it's like, what?
I mean, most of the time it doesn't work. Now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, Tom Savini. I like Tom Savini, so I
Mhm.
can't shit on all the special effects people that direct.
Tom Savini directed the remake of Night of the Living Dead, and I thought that was
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good.
that's my
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's my.
Yeah, yeah.
I watched that more than the original, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, Tony
Tony
Todd.
Todd, baby, rest in
R.I.P.
peace. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
guys. That being said, we're gonna be taking off. Let us know what you guys are looking forward to, and Q and I are definitely gonna be doing some more videos coming up. I like talking news with you. I like talking
Oh yeah.
horror movies in general, and Sinners is coming up, but we gotta definitely check out something maybe before that.
Yeah. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
All right, bro. Oh, your camera just gave out.
Oh, my procurement just died. Well, perfect timing.
All right.
I'm out.
Peace.
Peace.